A friend of mine, Kate, sent me a photo back at Christmas a couple of years ago. It was a photo I'd actually sent to her. My top was off, I was having a laugh. I remember saying that I felt a bit bloated from the Christmas food. And I looked at that properly for the first time in quite a while, and I did not recognise the person in it. I had a fat face, round body, and I was around about 105 kg. And here's the thing that still gets me to this day. Up until that second, I thought I looked fine, just a little bit of Christmas bloat. I used to actually say that I was a snack. Turns out that I was just eating the snacks. I'm going to take you through exactly what I did after that photo. All of it, including the part that people in this position would leave out. And at the end, I will tell you the one thing that decides whether any of it actually holds, because it's not willpower and it's not the gym.
Welcome back to Your Real Estate COO. My name's Ashley and I'm here to help you level up your game. I'll be your Chief Operating Officer to your success. Let's dive in.
Part 1. What a normal Tuesday looked like. I want to describe the version of me that took that photo because it was not dramatic, and that's the whole point. I was up at 6:30, in the office by 8, working till 8 at night. I'd get home, have a Texas chicken for dinner, and a bottle of red wine before bed. And that was a Tuesday, and a Wednesday, and a Thursday. And at the weekend, it was a couple of bottles of prosecco minimum a night. But there was no rock bottom in this story. No moment where it fell apart, and that's exactly why it went on for as long as it did. Part 2, nobody knew, and that's a bit worth hearing. Here's the part that I think matters the most, especially for anybody watching this who recognises themselves. Nobody said anything to me, okay, ever. Not one person, because I hid it really well. And because my work never slipped, I was still performing, still running teams, still winning, and still turning up at 8 o'clock every morning, looking like a person who had it completely together. And if I'm honest with you about what the drinking actually was, it was depression, it was social, and it was a habit. And those three things had grown into each other until I could not tell them apart. But I did not sit there telling myself a story about it. There was no excuse, I repeated. It was just what an evening looked like to me. So when people picture somebody who's drinking a bottle of wine a night, they picture somebody whose life is visibly falling apart. But very often it's actually the opposite. It's someone who's hitting their numbers who nobody's worried about. Part 3. The first thing I changed was small and boring. I did not build a plan. I did not buy a program. I changed 2 things. Drinking in the week and smoking. That's it. That was the entire strategy at the start. And I want to be really clear about why that worked. Because this is the same mistake I watch agents make with their businesses every single week. When you decide to change everything at once, you create a system so fragile that one bad Tuesday takes the whole thing down. When you change one small thing and hold it, you're building evidence that you would do what you say you will. Small and boring beats ambitious and abandoned every single time. Part 4. The 3 months where nothing happened. Then came the part that nobody makes content about. 3 months. Okay, 3 months of turning up to the gym before anything changed that I could actually see. No visible difference, no moment. Just showing up and a mirror that looked exactly the same as it did in January. And I've said this on this channel probably 100 times to real estate agents. Everything pays about 8 weeks after the work that caused it. Your body's no different. You're working now and getting paid later. And there's no way to bring that forward. What got me through it though was that the gym became a habit before it became a result. I was not going because it was working. I was going because it's what I did at 5:30 in the morning. Then one day it clicked. I could see the change. And after that, I became obsessed. Part 5. The part people leave out. Now, the honest bit. Okay, I'm including this because I do not think the story would be worth telling without it. So I was actually on Mounjaro, GLP-1, and it did something that I did not expect it to do. It killed the alcohol habit and it killed the smoking. And I'm genuinely grateful for that, because those 2 things alone have beaten me for years. But here's what I want to say about it, and I want to say it properly. I did not rely on it, okay? If you rely on it, your system's broken already. Underneath it, I was strength training every single day. I was eating my protein, I was walking my dog twice a day and sometimes 3 times a day, and I was sleeping properly for the first time in years. The medication took a fight away I'd been losing. It did not build the body, and it did not build the standards. And that's exactly what I tell agents about their tools. Your CRM is not your follow-up, your portal is not your lead generation, and ChatGPT is not your marketing. Every one of those things is enormous if it sits on top of a system, and completely useless if it's standing in for one. A tool multiplies what's already there. It cannot multiply nothing. Okay, quick sensible caveat, because I'm not a doctor and I'm not going to pretend to be otherwise, that Mounjaro is a prescription medication, and that was a conversation that I had between myself and a professional. This is my story, and it's not a recommendation for yours. Part 6. What it cost me. It cost me people. The friends I used to party with, I stopped messaging. But the negative ones, I stopped messaging. The ones who were not going anywhere near where I was trying to go, I stopped messaging. My circle is now very small, and I love it. Okay, nobody tells you that part. Everybody talks about what you gain. Very few people tell you when you change your standards. Some relationships were only ever held together by the thing you stopped doing. And that's not betrayal, by the way. Not everybody is supposed to come with you, but it is real and it is quiet. And it happens over months rather than in an argument. Part 7, how I actually knew it worked. It was not the scale, 105 kg down to 82. I sit at around about 83, 84 kg at the minute, give or take a good day, bad day. And honestly, the numbers stopped meaning much fairly early on. It was actually this year. I reconnected with a friend. I'd not seen her in a couple of years, and she told me how much I'd changed as a person. More positive, more energy, leveled up in business, and what I actually want out of life. That was the moment for me. Not a photo, not a weight. Somebody who'd actually been away long enough to see the difference in me. Part 8, what it did for the business specifically. I get asked whether it helped my work. And the honest answer is more than I expected. But not in the way people assume. It's not the energy. Everyone says energy. It's that I have some of my best ideas when I'm in the gym at 5:30 in the morning. Genuinely, half the things I've built for my agents were thought about on the treadmill before the world starts asking me for anything. And it is that standards that transfer. You cannot really hold a standard in one part of your life and be sloppy everywhere else. It leaks. It leaks both ways. My week now, okay, so I'm up at 4:45 in the morning, walk the dog, gym by 5:30. I work or get into work for 7:15, filming from 7:30 in the morning. I'm home by 6. I walk the dog again, and then I spend 2 hours on my coaching business in the evening. Sundays then is my reset day. That's not discipline I was born with. Ask anyone who knew me when I was 25. That's a system I built after friends sent me a photo. Part 9, where the comparison breaks down. I use fitness and real estate together constantly because they feed each other. But I want to be straight with you where the comparison stops working. Because I think the honest version is way more useful. With your body, you control almost every input. Food, training, sleep, drink. Do those things for long enough and the results is close to guaranteed. In real estate, it's not like that. You can do everything right for a month and get nothing because maybe a seller changes their mind. A buyer's finance falls through, and a deal dies at MOU stage. Other people are holding half the levers. So the discipline is the same. The certainty is not, which actually makes the discipline matter more, not less. When the outcome is not guaranteed, the only thing you can generally own is whether you did the work or not. That's it. That's the whole game. So the thing I promised at the start, the thing that decides whether any of this holds, is not willpower, and it's not the gym. And it's not the medication. It's whether you are prepared to do it while nothing is visibly working. 3 months in the gym with no change in the mirror. 9 months in this job with no deal on the board. Both of those are a test. They are the same tests, and almost everybody fails it in exactly the same place. Which is the point where the effort has started and the reward has not. If you're sitting there right now at 105 kgs, or maybe you're not at your weight goal, or you're 0 on the board, here's what I'd actually say. Do not build the plan. Set the alarm 10 minutes earlier tomorrow and then go for a walk. Then find one small thing you can win every day and then win it. And then add to it. You'll thank yourself later. Now that's not a motivational line, that's just how the numbers work. Because everything pays late. If this was useful, there's a whole channel of it, and everything I use with my agent is in the link below. And if you know someone who is where I was, who is performing brilliantly at work, but quietly drinking a bottle of wine every night, send them this. They'll not say anything to you about it, but they'll watch it. Have a good day, take care.
Remember, in real estate, your success is my operation. If this helped you move one step closer to your goals, smash that like button and subscribe for weekly real estate strategies. Until next time, keep building your empire.